at 1. FCTA vows to sustain the crashing of impounded motorcycles in the territory. AEPB engages agencies to promote sustainable plastics value chain and circular economic practices. And preparation for the 2023 planting season in focus as rains set in. Guiding the city, Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
More than 200 motorcycles seized for various traffic offences were crushed. Directorate of Road Traffic Services Abdul Latif Bello disclosed that the exercise is to serve as deterrent to other commercial motorcycle operators who violate the extant laws. The enforcement team raided Lugbe, Apo, and Galadima areas of the city as the enforcers insist the motorcycle operators must operate only within the designated areas.
Our master plan alone, we have master plan that specifically define how the city should be and operate within the transport sector.
All what we know is that we will continue appealing to them.
The directorate therefore warned all tricycles, Okada riders to find their routes of operation as the enforcement team will not relent in their arrests. Hawagimba, NTA News.
The Abuja Environmental Protection Board is taking a decisive step in the management of plastic waste in the nation's capital through partnership with relevant agencies for the promotion of sustainable plastic value chains and circular economic practices. Asabe Williams.
Our community is focused on negotiating the establishment of a legally binding instrument for the environmentally sound management of plastic throughout its entire cycle.
Plastic pollution, as recorded in 2019, was an estimated 22 metric tons and is further projected to double to 4.
As they leach toxic chemical constituents, such as endocrine disrupting chemicals, which have been linked to infertility, diabetes, prostate and breast cancer, into full stress.
EPB is doing much that the residents understand the importance of proper waste management.
The National Program Coordinator of UNIDO, Oluyomi Banjo, disclosed that it was in response to these challenges that the Federal Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, took steps to address the plastic issue holistically by adopting a circular economy model.
We are running a pilot with the states, 2 local governments in Lagos, 1 in Abuja, working with the AEPB. And the idea is to pilot this, look at every stage of the value chain and how realistically things can work in Nigeria.
Research also shows the tones of improperly leading to flooding incidents as experienced in certain parts of the country recently, contaminated soil affecting farmlands and livestock, littering the oceans, thereby threatening biodiversity and increased greenhouse gas emission when burnt indiscriminately. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Malaria, typhoid, and malnutrition are diseases prevalent in communities under the Abuja Municipal Area Council. To this end, AMAC Chairman Christopher Zaka Mekalangu embarked on free medical outreach to meet the health needs of Kurudu community in Uruzo Ward. Deborah Micah reports.
The health of the people is paramount and there's the need to reduce risk of common sicknesses. This was Amak Siamas Mekalangu's message delivered by his vice, Nasru Usman, at the flag-off ceremony of free medical outreach and health awareness at Kurudu community. This is a self-sponsored, community-based medical outreach of the current administration.
Professionally trained doctors who are here, who are going to take record of your health status and immediately give you a result whereby medicine will be issued to you, the tablets and what have you that are needed.
The program is not here. Many of these will not even know what to do with their health. And through this program, many diseases will be detected. Many of them will also be treated. Those that will require referral will also be referred.
This is a self-sponsored, community-based medical outreach of the current administration.
Some chips that goes into the community. We also have outreaches from most of our facilities to the communities.
Also creating awareness on the common diseases prevalent today. The people were told to take responsibility of their health by visiting the primary health care center when the need arises.
We are free for their sicknesses or the problem that we have. Some people have no power to go to hospital, but the honorable chairman bring this program.
Partners like UNICEF, World Health Organization, all identified with the program, expected to go around the communities in the Abuja Municipal Area Council. Deborah Gazaji Maika, NTA News.
23 planting season approaching, farmers are getting set to ensure a successful season that will result in bountiful harvest and increase agricultural yield. Ifeanyi Zumba examines the preparations for 2023 planting season.
Ahead of the new planting season, certain actions need to be implemented to ensure long-term success, one of which is the land preparation done before planting. The FCT, like other regions in the country, is blessed with arable land. A variety of food crops can be easily grown in most farmlands. This time, farmers in the territory are taking into cognizance all the necessary preparations of soil conditions to enhance the successful outcomes for the planting season. Some agriculturists speak on the critical factors to consider for the season.
To prepare, you must have money. Then you have your land for farming, and again you have improved varieties of agro inputs. We have equitable companies. We have its inputs. We have bought some, and we are still procuring. We are going to give to farmers at 50% subsidy.
Grains, tuber crop, fruits such as watermelon, pineapples, pawpaw, banana, and so much more. Agriculturists are of the view that with more Nigerians currently embracing farming, the prospects for the year 2023 seem quite bright.
Have identified some companies, agro-input companies who are reputable, who can give us quality inputs that we can link the farmers to them. Because we cannot, the government cannot give everything to farmers. Farmers still have to do their own. Farming is a business now. The NIMET, we have NIMET program which we are about to step down. The NIMET is out with their predictions, the seasonal climate predictions, and we are about to do our own too. Step down to the villages, to the area councils, to the farmers so they can know when to plant and when not to plant. Yes. So, and we have, as I told you, we have our extension officers on the field who can visit their fields and tell them what to do at a particular time.
Newly introduced farm markets are springing up in the territory, and more farmers now have access to selling their products directly to the consumers, hence eliminating middlemen. This has been motivation for improved and increased farming in the year 2023.
This is NTA Channel 5 News at 1. And still to come on the news. Faith-based organization distributes food items to the needy in the spirit of Ramadan. This and more after the break.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
The glorious month of Ramadan is here once again.
Your darling program Sahur Life on NTA, a program designed to make your month more fulfilling and highly rewarding, is back bigger and better. Our team of erudite scholars are ever ready to provide insightful analysis into the religion. Our various interesting segments, including the popular quiz segment, have been repackaged for your viewing delight.
Come and maximize your reward by partnering with us on this epoch-making edition by donating generously to this year's Sahur Live on NTA.
For donations and sponsorship, contact the General Manager,
NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Old Parade Ground, Area 10, Garki Abuja.
For further inquiries, contact us on telephone numbers 080-3314-7812, 070-3424-3412, 080-3568-8394. May Allah reward you abundantly as you contribute towards the successful execution of the 20th edition of your favorite program in Ramadan.
Sahur Live on NTA, your indispensable companion in Ramadan.
Thanks for staying. Fake news has become one of the major problems of our time, as misinformation is spread, sometimes ignorantly, in rapid ways across social media platforms. The impact of fake news can be far-reaching, as it can affect public opinion, cause panic, and damage reputations. Wayne Dogo seeks to find out how journalism can be used to tackle this menace of our time.
According to experts, fake news is spreading misleading or false information through media channels, including social media, websites, and newspapers. It is a known fact that fake news has serious consequences, including inciting communal conflicts, damaging reputations, and even causing harm to public health.
The issue of fake news, I think we are all, responsible for fake news, because from you who sees an information and you don't verify and you just go ahead to post it, to share it to your friends, to share it to your family, you're putting them at risk to the person too who sees it and does the same thing.
Regrettably, misinformation has caused the lynching of innocent Nigerians in the past. Also, during the 2019 elections, it led to ethnic and sectarian tension, which led to post-election violence in parts of the country.
Misinformation has come to live with us. But one of the things that we do as professionals is, first and foremost, you verify whatever you are being told. You make your verification so that it should be very, very authentic when you put it to the public domain. Do not just say because you have seen it somewhere, you just lift it, or kind of you hear it, you take it hook, line, and sinker.
You should first confirm your source, ensure that the person is a credible person, a credible source. Ensure that you check the authenticity of the story, you check the authenticity of the video to ensure that it was not doctored to suit a particular situation. You check the dates. So there are different apps and different softwares you can use to verify all these things, and it's not too much to do because you are saving a lot of lives.
The Buhari administration, through the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, has been putting strategies in place to campaign against fake news by sensitizing the public on its dangers. In Abuja, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
And talking religion, the spiritual exercise of fasting goes beyond abstinence from food and sexual act during the day, but encompasses engaging in spiritual booster activities such as tafsir, supplication, and recitation of Holy Quran. Aisha Obale reports that the gathering of the Muslim Lawyers Association of Nigeria Mulan 2023 Iftar reminds Muslims to be compassionate, as it is said in the hadith, that he who is compassionate is shown mercy.
Aside the food and drink that were in abundance for the breaking of the fast, it was another day for the Muslim faithful, specifically men and women of the legal profession, to rededicate their lives to the worship of Allah. The breaking of the fast had in attendance friends of the Christian faith joining in the exercise. Citing instances from the hadith, the guest speaker admonished Muslims to share positive energy, emphasizing that with whatever measure one gives out is what is received in return.
Man la yurham, man la yarham, la yurham. If you does not show compassion, right, you will not also be shown that mercy. Because what you give out, that is what you get back.
Beyond breaking of the fast, it was also a time to remind Muslims to continue to practice the good virtues and spiritual lessons of the holy month, even after Ramadan.
Engage on annual Ramadan iftar like this, not because people that are here cannot afford to feed themselves at home, but to have that brotherhood fraternity.
And the love we share during Ramadan, we should extend it after the holy month of Ramadan. Because if you go back to your normal way of doing things or your normal way of life after Ramadan, that means we have not learned anything.
That will be stronger in our commitment to the religion of Islam.
Actuality, just like one of the speakers noted, it was time to bond and network as the faithful were seen in that informal and relaxed mood. In Abuja, Aisha Uba Ali, NTA News.
Putting smiles on the faces of the relaxed privileged and the vulnerables in the society through charity, Islamic scholars re-emphasize is an important gesture that attracts Allah's pleasure. This, among other benefits, was demonstrated at this year's Nurul Yaqeen Islamic Foundation's distribution of food items to the needy. Abdullahi Ajia brings us details of the event.
It is still the Ramadan period, the last parts of the holy month, with adherents redoubling efforts to maximize rewards. For Nurul Yaqeen Islamic Foundation, this period is for thousands of the needy in Abuja and environs to always have something from the little love it is sharing, reaching out with food items and cash donations. And
hoping to collect what has been paid for them of charity, who are giving out their wealth in the daytime, in the nighttime, secretly, openly, so as to make people to be happy. Allah says their reward lies in His hand, a very big reward.
After the process of screening, the organizers distributed the items, including cash, to more than 2,000 beneficiaries.
This year's program faced with some challenges, issue of cashless policy. The pains are still there with even the rich one as well as the poor one. Now, today you can see the population over and above what we have experienced last year. It is a very good one to encourage.
From the government down to the individuals, those whom Allah has blessed and have means, we should all rise up and ensure that we extend a helping hand.
If you feed someone in Ramadan, you have a lot of bonuses that you get from Allah.
With a promise for sustainability of this program that has been on for 5 years, the managers believe with more support, it will grow to accommodate greater numbers of those in need. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
On business news,
the fund has listed measures Nigeria and other oil-producing economies need to put in place to resolve their low crude oil production challenges. Hello and many thanks for joining me on Business News. I am Aisha Uba Ali. The International Monetary Fund has listed measures Nigeria and other oil-producing economies need to put in place to resolve their low crude oil production challenges. The IMF disclosed this in its April 2023 World Economic Outlook with the theme, A Rocky Recovery, saying countries that produce fossil fuels need structural adjustment in order to manage the impact of declines in fossil fuel production. The fund also said that countries at risk of declining fossil fuel output also need to improve public finances and the quality of their institutions, diversify their economies, set up sovereign wealth funds, and facilitate the reallocation of production factors. It also suggested that such countries need to take the following action steps, such as ameliorating the business environment to attract investment in new productive high-value added sectors, modernizing infrastructure and attracting foreign direct investment in research and development, and improving the human capital stock of the labor force by investing in education. And oil marketers have alerted Nigerians to prepare for a possible rise in petrol prices as a result of additional 4 million barrels per day crude oil production cuts by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies. Members of OPEC and its partners such as Russia recently cut production output in its ongoing declaration of cooperation by an additional 1.16 million barrels per day. The National Controller Operations of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mike Osatoyi, said that although such cuts would result in more revenue for Nigeria, higher crude oil prices would also mean an increase in pump prices of petrol. Trading activities on the Nigerian Exchange Limited Wednesday closed flat at the benchmark index settled at 51,953.41 points from 51,952.99 recorded on Tuesday. The All-Share Index closed slightly higher at 51,953.41 points when compared to the 51,952.99 points it closed on Tuesday. Also, market capitalization also closed at 28.3 billion naira. The slight upturn was due to gains recorded in medium and large capitalized stocks, among which are Dangote Sugar Refinery, Burgess Paint, Multiverse Mining and Exploration, Skyway Aviation Handling Company, and International Breweries. As measured by market breadth, market sentiment was positive as 17 stocks gained relative to 11 losers. Let's take a look at some local news. Bambara nut pudding, popularly called okpa, is a meal consumed mostly in southeast Nigeria. The delicacy is common in Enugu State and it is classified as a traditional Nigerian delicacy due to its uniqueness. In this special report, Osareme Ananihi, who observed that the delicacy is not an exclusive meal of the Igbos, ran into Victoria Kabir, who says okpa in Abuja as a means of livelihood. Let's take a look at that report.
Research shows that eating okpa is not limited to the Igbo people alone, but it is consumed by other tribes with pap, gari, or even eaten alone. Okpa, which is also known as the Bambara nut pudding, has a lot of amazing health benefits which are good for the body and also helps the body to function well.
30,000 naira. Now everything have cost. Understand? Everything have cost now. If it is before, the money is reached to do everything, our school fees. Because I just do this business to use it to support my husband. When my husband is doing the goal, I'm doing my own.
Okpa sellers are all over the place as customers speak on their desire for the meal.
I like taking it every morning as my breakfast.
Like it feels good. Eat it in the morning, it lasts longer and very proteinous.
Osareme Nene reporting for Business News.
That's the much we can take on Business News. Stay tuned for the continuation of the news. Thanks for watching.
On Sports Brief, let's join the desk.
Nigeria's under 18 girls have continued their winning form at the IHF Trophy. Women host Ghana in Accra Sports Stadium, earning 49 to 21 points after annihilating 61 to 16 victory over Liberia on day one.